Sometimes I wonder if I like streaming. Like, I'll wonder if I like it. And I'm like, oh, it's like, you get that, like, resistance. But then when you go live, you're like, yeah, no, I like this. I like this a lot. I don't want this song. I want this song. This just gets me, like, in the mode. Man, I haven't streamed in a while. I like looking at it, and I was like, I haven't streamed in... Well, I can look it up right now, actually. We're waiting for ads to get through. We'll let people come on in. It is Friday. And... it's been a while, so I actually don't know who's going to show up. But it's fine. Because you are all awesome, whether you see this now or in like VOD format in the future. This is for myself and for you. When did I last stream? Oh, December 1st. Okay, so not horribly long. I mean, it's still long enough, but it's like, what are you doing at? But I got plans, I got reasons, I'll tell you what's up. I need to change my thumbnail. I'll get into all of that. But, is YouTube telling? So, hey! Okay. What's up, man? Hey, guys. Alright, this proves that my other chat window isn't picking up YouTube. Jacob, Zach, hey. Welcome. Here. I'm gonna let, when Twitch gonna have their ads here in a minute and 30. So I don't want to get into it while there's ads. And I'm looking, so I very recently got YouTube monetized. And so it also puts ads randomly, but I don't think it tells me when. So, yeah. Let me see if I can get my chat fixed real quick so that I don't have to worry about, like, jumping around to see you guys. But how's your Friday? How's things going? It's almost the end of the year. Yeah, why did it do that? Okay. Okay. If I could get somebody in YouTube chat to just message something, and I can make sure that this is working in my chat thing. While we wait for Twitch chat to come out of ads. I should get my little ad thing to pop out again. I used to do that. I don't know if people like that or not. Yeah, G-Soto. Hey, how's it going? I know ads gonna start in like 40 seconds. Yes, Jacob, I see that. Okay, cool. My stuff is working. I am so very much like out of practice. That's what happens when I almost do this like not enough. I do. I see it. It's perfect. Thank you. Alright, and so here. And I should see it on chat. You know what? And if I move to Huh. You know what's missing? I used to have chat on screen, but I don't think I see them anymore. Okay, well that's a problem for another day. But I actually see you, which means I'll have to like do stuff for when I'm asking you guys, because I'm gonna put this in. So I'm working on a video for goals, and hold on, please switch back. Ad starting soon. I thought it already started. Come on, Twitch, get it together. Are you starting an ad or are you not? Don't leave me in lieu. Like, what's going on? Alright, this is why I should just bring it back. You know what? I can actually see. I've got this, actually, I guess it's not show anymore. Man, I am... That's right, because I switched computers. That's right. Oh man, I am so rusty. That's right. Oh, that's right, because now it's coming back to me. I think I had chat on screen before, and I was using my other system. I don't think I have all of that. So I'm on a new machine, because I had so many issues when I moved. I moved, and then I kept having issues with my computer, like crashing, turning off, and oh my goodness, it was pretty bad. And then, yeah. So I'll get things figured out as I try to get back to streaming. Twitch, are you back? 30 seconds, and Twitch will return. But yeah, while we wait for them, how's everyone's Friday going? Mine's going pretty well. I'm wrapping up some things. I'm working on things. I hope you guys are having an excellent Friday and wrapping up for the year. I hope your Christmas was good, that you had some good time with family and be able to do all the fun stuff, even if it was just relaxed. Welcome. Today's plans... Okay, cool, Twitch is back. Today's plans are talk about this year, talk about the ups, the downs, the good, the bad. Then we're going to transition to also talking about goals for next year. And then also I want to turn it around on you guys and say, hey, what are you guys wanting to do? And then go from there. And yeah, I don't expect it a very long stream. I'm going to turn this into a video. We could game a bit, but I'm really trying to focus on some stuff, and then maybe I'll chill for the rest of the night. I'll try to be very focused on my streams, but maybe I'll do like, so I'll tell you, I've got scatterbrained. If I do stream, it'll be like gaming streams will be like on a Wednesday kind of thing, because I want to have like Wednesdays off and those kinds of things. But yeah, we're going to talk about this year. I mentioned earlier, like, I just recently got monetized on YouTube, which isn't a whole, like, lot. Like, it's not great, but money-wise. But now I have to don't know when ads appear. But, you know, it's a start. This is all very important because this has been a great year and a rough year, all in one. I had one of my best videos, which was the dialogic video. Ooh, that was loud. Just a little bit down there. So I've got this video, which was one of my best videos done. And I like it. A lot of you liked it. And I'm going to be doing another one. I'm working on a follow-up video to Dialogic, really talking about the custom scenes, talking about how to get those, like different ways to do dialogue, make custom dialogue for yourself, answering a bunch of the questions that I got in the comments on how to do things and in portraits, so on. It's just taking me longer than I expected. I was going to be doing a like co-stream with a friend who's doing like a Stardew Valley mod, and I'm going to shout them out during this video as well. But they're doing this really cool voice mod with like voice acting and make that happening for like a mod for Stardew Valley. So there's a lot of things that was planned, but that kind of got shifted. So I'm just making this video and just trying to get it out there. So this is planned for early January, and then I know I'm kind of jumping around a bit, but Like, this was one of my best videos. Super awesome when it happened. I started the year doing like practice streams. Like, I would work for a bunch of hours and I would pretend that I was streaming, because I took a long break at the beginning of the, like, before this. And it was like, and at the time where I was living, the power wasn't even right. So I was like, oh, the crappy little room. The office I had didn't have enough power for all my tech stuff, because running my computer would just, turning it on would like blow the fuse. It was so bad. It would, like, the breaker would pop. And it was just so bad. And then I got that fixed. I had to run a new circuit, and then started that up. And then I started April. I want to say it was when I started streaming again. And then it was going really well. And then I was like in my head about making videos, and it's happening again. Like, the last few months I've been trying to make a video, and I'd be in my own head about it. I don't know if you guys ever get this, if you're content creators, developers, but you're like stuck on perfection. And I can tell you the enemy this year for the long time has been perfection. It is the enemy of getting anything done. Like, it stopped me from so many things. But when I was like, I think it was like, I did it the night before. I was working on Dialogic. I was working on it for my game, doing with my brother. And I was like, okay, I think I just said, screw it. I'm just going to build the best I can with what I've got, with what I know. Because at the time, and I still think this is true, there's not a whole lot of good documentation on Dialogic. I think there's some more that even I left out, but there's like so much missing at the time. Because I was like, how do I do this? I did a few streams as well, like, okay, trying to really learn it. I'm not any sort of content creator, but I'm always stuck in my head. But yeah, I mean, it works for anything, right? Whether you're, trying to get something done for work, or, you're trying to accomplish something. Sometimes it's really easy to just worry about perfection instead of like getting it done. So perfection is the enemy of getting things done. So this really messed me up. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna really quickly, and by quickly, it was like a few hours, but I recorded that video. I sketched out a really quick script. I was really nervous too, because it was like the first video back. I've got some comments like, why is he wiggling his mouse back and forth? He's crazy. He's talking too much. Hey, Fishy, welcome. And so it was a video that I was like not happy with, but it became the best video on my channel, and it is the worst prepped video I've ever done, prep wise. I think it's really well done, considering some of my older videos, but just getting it done. So like, done is way better than perfection, than perfect. So I'm trying to go into that for this year. And so I'm trying to remind myself that like that video, that Dialogic video, was far from perfect. It was rushed. I cut a lot of stuff from it too. That's why there's some places like I could have gone deeper. I did, but I also wanted to make sure it wasn't too long. And so I was like, yikes. And then I got into a good groove. I was pumping out videos quite a bit from different plugins and reviews. And then I had to move, and I feel like that also broke a stride. So like, I started streaming again, and then Dialogic, working on Eudaimonia. Streaming was awesome. I still love streaming. And then having to move really broke a lot of my consistency and a lot of things I had in like all my habits. I had to like freeze everything and like figure out how the heck I'm gonna do it, because it was across states. And it took so long. Like, I think the idea started in like June, and it was like try to do it in June, and then a lot of walls started happening and issues were happening, and then in July things started kicking up, and then August was going through contracts and like setting up how the heck transportation was going to happen and moving and like getting all this stuff over. And it was like a lot. So much. And then like flying out and finding places. So this studio here, which is pretty nice. It's finished. It's not a basement with like exposed. That is warmer. I was freezing. I was wearing my jacket all the time in my old videos. You would see. So I'd be like this is. It was a positive move. And then I got here in like October, but then like getting things set up, all the stuff for work, and then I think I was like, hey, I'm back, or I was about to come, like I was gonna get ready for like a hey, I'm back video, because I had to get all this stuff, like once you're in, yeah, like internet and all the things. It took me a while to get the studio built up. I could have done little videos there, but again, that perfection was coming back to like haunt me, because I was coming here to build something, and I felt like every time I was going to build something, it just wasn't ready. It wasn't ready. And so like perfection just kept daunting me. It's like staring at me in my face. And it just kept, and then when November hit, everything was fine. And then I had like a random town hall at work, and I got laid off. I still technically don't have a job. So I'm doing this like full time as well while I'm booking. But I think there's an opportunity here. But this has been something that also hit me, because now I'm like perfection, this issue. Luckily, I got a good deal out of it. I've been there for so many years that I'll be fine for a while. That's why it's like, it's a give and take. Not too long, mind you, but like long enough. And so I'm going to be leaning into YouTube quite a bit, like a lot, as well as making my game dev stuff. But I will be getting a job to handle all the other stuff that I do. But I still want to see how far I can take this. So this, plus this, plus this, I think has caused the most amount of issues. And what I really need to be doing is just focusing on done is better than perfect. It isn't any like film director or anyone that's like, they can edit and edit and edit forever. At some point I gotta stop editing and just post. So that's what I plan to be doing. I plan to be making a lot of videos, because content is king. I've got a schedule I want to hit. I'm going to be making shorts again. That I think it'd be like, I don't want to make like I was doing these like stand-up videos, and they weren't that great. Like, they were okay. They were like really quick videos on my phone, but I want to get better at my style. And that was a big thing to me. Is like I want to like set my style apart, and to do that I need to make more videos. But I don't need to make like slop. Like, I don't mean it bad. Here's just a video to get a video out. So I want to make good shorts, and I don't want perfection to reign in and hurt me either. So I was thinking, and I would appreciate your thoughts, but I was thinking about making little tip videos, little less than 60 seconds. Here's like a Godot tip, or a game dev tip, or an art tip, because I plan to expand more than just Godot. And just make it, try some experiments, get it out there, and go. And then try to make videos during the month. I want to make a lot of videos per month. I have a number in my head, but I'm not going to say it out loud. I mean, I'll say it. I want to make 2 videos a week. That's my goal. Will I do it? I don't know. Am I going to hit everything all the time? Probably not. But those are my goals. It's not going to hold me hostage. If I make 1 video a week, or even 2 a month, that's more than I've been doing lately. So having a goal is also to not be like held hostage against it. And this is the season. This is the time of year everyone's like, I'm going to work out, I'm going to go do all these things. And then by the end of January, they're sitting on the couch eating a bag of potato chips and not doing anything. I don't want to go that far, but I at least want to push myself to be doing more streams, more content. And I actually want to focus on getting the content out and then doing streams. Because I was doing really good, like streaming all the time. But what I really need to do is get content out. So I want to do content and then streams. Now, before I go really deep into my plans, out of curiosity, what are your plans for next year? Content or game dev, or even just surviving 2025 with certain election news? Like, is there something you're wanting to change, that you're looking forward to, or that you're like, hey, I'm going to just do this a little bit better? I'm just curious. Because I know it's really easy to be like, oh, I'm just going to do all these things and then not. But you can do it. Even if it's like one thing, that's like good to do. Mostly game dev stuff. Okay. Yeah. Put this on stream just so I can capture later. Actually getting started on an Oregon Trail style game. I think I have the steps, so we'll just see how that works. Yeah. Awesome. I think you should go for it. Uh-oh. What does that mean? Okay. I don't know what it disconnected from. Everything says it's good. I guess, I don't know. Who knows what that was all about. Heck yeah. Oregon? I love that game as well. I was frustrated by that game as a kid. Is there do you have a goal with your game dev stuff, Fishy? Like, do you want to release something? Do you want to build something? Is there like an end goal you want with the game dev stuff? And that goes for anyone else that you're working on. If you want to get better at like music, or just a goal for yourself that you want to get next year. I'm leaning heavily into art. I want to get into. I used to do hand style, like stylized art with like Blender and like little 3D assets. I want to get back into doing that and do that for my games and release packs for people for free and paid. Finish and release 1 to 3 tiny projects before July. That's perfect. You are way better at not overwhelming yourself than I am. I want to finish a game before Q1 is over. But yeah, absolutely. I want to participate more in game jams. I want to make more videos from those game jams. Yeah, heck yeah. gonna finish my current project before 25. I could probably do it, but he spent every second of my sleep. Yeah, don't worry about that. Just worry about getting it done, not how long it's gonna take. And also, don't be a perfectionist, because that hurts me, and it hurts everybody else too. My bitrate is insane for Twitch. I think that's what it's mad about. We'll see if it gets mad at what it's at right now. So I think I saw what's going on. If I suddenly drop from Twitch, it's because I think I'm 4,000 over the recommended bitrate. Anyway. Yeah, you dropped out for a second. I thought so. Ooh. Okay, well, we'll see how long this goes. Okay. Well, then I guess I'll make sure I, even though it says I didn't have any drop frames, I think Twitch is mad that I'm bursting so many. Also, and that's a good thing, this internet, I've got fiber internet here, which is way better than where I had. I've got like 8,000 up, 8,000 down. But I mean, it actually gets much less once it's actually in and divided by all your devices. But it's nice. It's way nicer than the internet I used to have. I want to talk about 2025. For Q1, I want to make so much more content, because to me, and I think it's Shigeru Miyamoto that said it, that content is king. I want to get bigger. I want to, not from like a, I want to be famous, but like I want to be a pillar of good in game design and game development. There are so many not so great people that I want to be good, and I also want to meet and talk with other game developers on this platform, on both platforms, because I am a multi-streamer and content creator. I want to travel, and I want to visit, and I want to go and learn so much more than I have. Now I have the opportunity now. I have the time. I can't spend every waking minute applying to jobs. And at some point you can't. And I want to just make a ton of content. What kind of content? Well, I'm going to keep making game content for Godot. Absolutely. But I don't just want to be a Godot content creator. I think that's too limiting for me. I have 15 plus years experience in software development, in finance, in server architecture, in mobile, in web design, in services, dealing with content that's traveling at like milliseconds of data and then building event-based queues for them. I can build architectures. So I want to talk about server architecture, like multiplayer, events, and more. I want to talk about art and like Blender and audio and music. But I also don't mind shying, I'm not going to shy away from things like Unreal Engine, maybe Unity, maybe. You guys can let me know. I also think Phaser would be a good one to talk about. But I'm not going to shy away from them. And overall, just game development 101 things, right? Like state management in general, efficient algorithms for pathfinding, understanding the architecture for it, understanding why something is more efficient than something else, when to go like brute force it and realizing that it's actually going to hurt you. you know, things like that. Like, I'm also going to make courses on Skillshare and a thing called Maven Seed from like CG Cookie, who CG Cookie is the one that built it, and they're the ones that they're premier in like Blender creation. And they're good friends of mine. They're awesome people. And highly recommend anyone to use CG Cookie if you haven't. That's where I learned all my Blender stuff. Back when Blender was so bad, and their UI has gotten much better. And then I want to make Eudaimonia. And I want to make another game this year. So I want to make 2 games this year. Ooh. That's weird. Did I drop again? Maybe I did. Twitch is being crazy. I was looking at the settings too. And it says that maximum thing, that it should actually be figuring out how much it should be using. And like 6,000 is like the max. You guys still hear me? Again, this is what happened when I don't stream for a while. Things get weird. Yeah, that bitrate is insane. Yeah, hello. Okay, cool. I don't know, it was weird. Twitch is... I don't know, Twitch is being dumb. Twitch no BS anyway. So, sorry about that. But, I want to make my game, and I've got some pivots I'm going to be doing on that to really reflect my style and work on it. Because everything I want to do, I want to make sure it builds on itself, and this is what I can recommend for anyone working on anything and trying to improve themselves, is to build a track that everything you do is like another brick in your foundation, so that you just keep building upon it instead of like building a bunch of silos everywhere and then getting mad that you have not made the progress you wanted. So try to frame things in like a path. And then I've got, you know, other goals for like other years. My first goal is just, let's make awesome stuff. That's my goal. Make awesome things and in-game dev and make a game and do jams. Those are like just my focus for 2025. I mean, I got also, you know, like the standard, do some way, you know, get a job, do all those things. Those are in there. But this, as far as you guys care, expect a lot of me. I will be in your YouTube shorts as much as Pirate Software is in your... Wait a minute. That sounded weird. Either way, I plan to make a ton of content. This could be the video right here. I could just like stop it and post it. Yeah. I expected this to take a lot longer. It's only been 11 minutes. I guess I could say the content must flow. Yes. It's the Dean reference. The spice. The spice must flow or something like that. If you guys had to pick, like, I know some of you have moved on from Godot or like decided to switch it up. If you had to choose between Unreal Engine, Unity, Phaser, what's the other one? It's the one that don't know if it's worth doing another one. I mean, I guess we can keep going with Godot, but like, if there was another engine that I talked about next, and I'm planning for like, probably like next quarter, like Q2, I plan to extend to another engine to talk about. Is there a certain engine that people more likely would want? I'm kind of leaning towards like Unreal Engine, personally. Or Phaser, because that's TypeScript and would be easiest for me. But I could do Unreal Engine too, because I used to do that way back before. And then... Really? Have you ever heard of the game like Poke Rogue? It was a big thing for a little bit. It's built on it. So, Phaser is pretty cool. What's the pricing? Yeah, so free forever, full version. I don't think I've ever bothered with needing any of this. Ever. But it's open source as well. Resources, examples, games. Like, here's the thing on like how to make a memory card game, and here's like all the source code. Yeah, that's loud. And ooh. So, very simple, but this is all in like JavaScript or TypeScript, I forget which. From export class, depends, is there a variable? It looks like just JavaScript, but it's just JavaScript. So if you wanted to make like a web game, and well, this here builds this, and granted with the assets that they have in there, I think it references them. You win. So it's got their own documentation. It's pretty cool. It's pretty simple. It's another down to earth, like how to build a game on the web, if you so wished. So it's a simple. So this way it's like web-based, and you're not worrying about, because a lot of things when you go to like itch.io and stuff like that is, well, how do you get it built for the web for like game jams? So it's more of a, it's good for game jams too, and quick prototyping, but I mean they're good games. But yeah. But maybe I should make a thing about it just because it is pretty easy and it's worth talking about to be a contender. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Let's see. I know like none of these games. Run Phase? I mean, there's like many pages of them. The one that I just know mostly is this one, where they made Pokemon and well, they updated it. So yeah, it's a totally viable thing to do, is to use that. So it's one up there. I just don't know if I ever really want to talk about Unity. They've been like really bad. You know, you're like, -1, for all the installers, and then they're like, actually, hey, everything's good, we got better. And then they're like, well, what if we did something like this? And then they're like, actually, now we're better. And I'm like, I'm waiting for more of this to show up, more negativity. And I'm like, I think they're at like a 0 in like positive minuses. So people are like, okay, but they've done enough things that it bugs me. And many people like Unreal Engine for like deep, like HD experiences, and then like AAA high res. And then there's like quick web games, and then Godot is also a good viable option. It has its own weaknesses as well. It's not Unreal Engine. It's also not Unity, as backed by a major corporation that then feeds it tons of money to fix things, and then also not fix things because it's not open source. So everything also has like some of this going on, even Godot, even Unreal Engine, and probably even Phaser. Like, they all have some level of that. There's no perfect thing, because in the end, anything you use is a tool. And if you can use it and it helps you, and you can then build the thing you want, then you succeed. Never be so like married to a tool that you think it's the hammer that does everything. Even my biggest dream games don't have graphics that need Unreal. Unreal is still probably a better bet. Yes. See, that's my thing. I think there's just so much drama when it comes to Unity that I'm like, I'm just leery about putting myself in association with it, because I want to represent good things in the industry, right? And I'm just so leery. Like, everything has, and they're all just tools, right? Whether you're like, hey, this is an amazing paintbrush for like hyper realistic brush for like hyper realistic, like all of these cool, like I think I watched, there was like the GDC talk around some of the stuff they did for, I think it was like a Captain America game, and it talked about the detail work and the animations and all the stuff that went in with their like engine, and there was like this really cool effect with like time and footprints and just all this like texturing and noise. It was like really in depth, and it was really cool. And sometimes you need to go that way. Sometimes you want to get the like animations of the little eye like veins, and sometimes you want to make like a Papers, Please. You want a stick figure game. Sometimes you just like, I need it simple. I need it to build within like a couple of minutes max, and I need to like run it and test it and play it and get it out the door, because I don't need it to be like that. I need it to be fun. I need the mechanics to work, and I need to make sure it's functional. And that's where these guys totally get it. Is Godot's render pipeline the best? Absolutely not. Does it need to be? No. You can easily make it work based on your need. And if you decide it's not enough, go up. Godot went from 7.7% in 2020 for the most popular game engines to 15.7%. Yes. And I say Godot is probably the reason I got a bigger margin in YouTube visibility. I was talking about it for 4 years before that. I started my channel in 2020. I've been here for 4 years. But most of anyone that sees this content only knows me within this year. And if you're my older members, G Soto, I'm looking at you. It's great that you're still sticking around. And I know we come from adjacent. Yeah, that, yep. That Unity disaster. And then there's also like plenty of other options, right? I think when I started, there's like Mono Game. I mean, Kerno is making his own game engine. There's just so many options, and you have to know which tool to use and decide even like, do I need any of them? And even understanding where, like, what the limitations are. Because that's like half of it too. You're just like, hey, do I need this? No. And then Unity. Like, do you really need Unity? Are you making a 2D game? If you're making a 2D game, there's absolutely no reason why these two don't work. Or Construct, or that one that Pirate Software is using to make his game. I actually don't remember the name. But that game engine, right? There's options. You can make it in RPG Maker. Like, the reason I picked Godot is because I know C++, I know C#, I know Python, I know Java, I know SQL. Like, this stuff I know. I get it. But when I think of these things, there's like a mode my mind goes into, and when I saw Godot and it had GD script, and yeah, I actually think it's similar to Python. It was very node-based in the way they did things, and it was just so different that I was like, it doesn't make me think like this person. I get to look at it from a fresh pair of eyes. I see it from a different view. There are still things I wish I could do in GDScript. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the duck typing style, and I really wish I could do more of my fundamentals from game developer, from like a just programming perspective. But it's there to say, hey, don't be complicated. Keep it simple. Just do the thing you want. And then figure out if you need to be like engineering mode, put the engineering hat on, profile it, and say, ooh, what's the big O of this? what's the efficiency of this call? Like, it's just like, nah, screw that, throw it away. You got a bunch of nodes, throw them on a screen, and go have fun building your game. Don't think about that. And I think that's what I liked most about it. I didn't have that analysis paralysis where, like, you open up Unreal Engine or Unity and you've got this big screen, and then you've got your huge inspector, and it's like, okay, go build. And you're like, I don't know what to do. It's empty. Where, like, I could throw a capsule thing out there in Unity and start building it, and I still was like, ugh, I feel like an imposter. I feel like this is crap. But when I was doing it with Godot, I could easily throw things out there and be like, oh, I've got a square, and then I've got this thing, and I can now make them like twirl around and do stuff, and it was really quickly there. It reminded me of a game engine, a graphics library, not even a game engine, that I used when I started game development. Like, when did I start? '98? Oh, that might date me too much. But it was this graphics library called Allegro, which, funny enough, is still out there today. Sorry, cover your eyes. I really need to install Dark Reader, or whatever it is called. What's the latest version? How old is this guy? It was very interesting. I used this back in the day. It was they have the where's the is it a Git repository now? Wiki. Whoa, they changed it. Okay, alright. So you'd have your like hello world, events. Okay, they've changed it a lot, but you would deal with loading your bitmaps, and you'd have like fill a triangle, fill a rectangle, fill a circle, and put them on screen. Like this is where I started from way back in the day, and it was cool. I built little tank games. It was fun. I learned about Tiled back with like the original version of Tiled from map making. This is what like key down. Like this is what I used back in the day. Apparently it's still modern. So 2023, it's still up to date. It's still viable. So like you have options. Absolutely have options. The only thing stopping you from building what you want to build is you. You need to say, hey, I'm going to build for this amount of time every day. Set yourself and say, hey, I'm going to do 2 Pomodoros a day if you need to. Either way, just finding a way to set time and put it towards it is good enough. You don't need to be as good as those gamer developers out there because they have already gone through that. Like you say, hey, I'm going to be just as good as Jonathan Blow or Primogen or Pirate Software or me or, you know, name other game developer. You know, you want to be like Riot or either way, everyone starts somewhere. They went through the same pains you did or are going through, and they learned. They went through professional, they had to go through their trenches, and they're going through yours. So your experience is not diminished because someone already went through it. You just need to go through your own and experience that and grow and build what you want to build. Have fun. If you're not having fun, don't do it. But like sometimes people like go through the pain and get through it and then appreciate it and then like it. It's kind of like when I was starting to stream and I was like, I get in my head like, oh, do I even like streaming? And then I start streaming and I'm like, oh yeah, I do like this. It's my head starting. It's like when you work out, you're like, I don't want to work out, but then you work out and you're like, actually, it's not bad. I just got to start. So build, create, do your thing, and tell me how it goes. I will probably cut it there. This is a super short stream. It was only 30 minutes, but I'm easing my way back into it. I'm going to be streaming more often, but I am going to be focusing on my content. I'm going to be building my games. I'm going to be building my content, and just so you all know, I'm just going to announce it now because I kept holding it as a secret. It doesn't need to be. Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a drink. I'm going to probably work on my content. I might even play a little bit of games, but I'm going to work on some stuff. I've got a video for Tuesday, this video, about goals that I want to have done. And yeah, build the thing. Do the thing. Because you can. You can absolutely do it. And yeah, I'm going to stream more, build content. Oh, and the thing I said I was going to make. My game dev stuff isn't going to be under Hexball University. It's going to be under Allocate This. That is my game studio name. It has been for many, many years. Allocate This Studios is the name of my game company, and it separates the education learning side, which is more free. I generally give all my education content away free, and I put all the game dev stuff in its own proper. So that'll come out. It'll probably be in my little goals video. I'm going to announce it, and I'm going to get things done. 2025 is going to be awesome because you guys have supported me and pushed me to look at this seriously and say, yes, I can make this happen. you like my stuff. If I build it, you might like it more. Anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I know it's a short stream, but I'm gonna hang out. You guys stay awesome.